Anteriormente en The Witcher 3.
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat.
Forgive me. What?
Impresionante.
Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them.
Muy buenas a todos, bienvenidos a mi canal y muchísimas gracias por pasaros un día más por aquí. Hoy nos encontramos en The Witcher 3 y vamos a continuar con la historia. Recordad que estamos escoltando a la duquesa en busca de esa pista de la gota de vino que nos lleva hacia, ya veis, a la historia, la misión El vino es sagrado. Escolta a Henrietta hasta Castel Ravelo.
It's the best in all Toussaint. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabricio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem.
Your Grace? How am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Sonreal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers.
Se va a ir por patas seguro,
Remind
vamos.
me, where is the Sonreal stored?
In the main cellar around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
Nos toca registrar las bodegas. Veamos si encontramos alguna pista de por dónde pueden haber robado ese sangreal.
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Bien, el vino es sagrado. Lee el registro de los vinos.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
Vamos a ver. Aquí está, sangre de cosecha 1269.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
Bien, comprobemos si hay alguno que está hueco.
Full.
This one is full.
This one's full too. Full.
Y este va a estar vacío seguro, el del gallo este. No, está lleno.
This one's full too.
¿Y este quién no lo ha probado?
Full.
Están todos llenos, ¿no?
Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of Sonreal? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
Correcto, sí, los hemos conseguido, justo la espita y el martillo. Así que podemos empezar a abrirlos y probar si lo que hay dentro.
Ready.
Step aside.
Los hemos conseguido por toda esta bodega. A ver, que pruebe ese. Que por cierto, no tenía dos, pero me acaba de poner dos.
I'd recognize this taste.
Vale, ese es bueno.
This one is good.
Venga, probemos este siguiente. No te vayas lejos, ¿eh? Bueno, ahí está. Venga, prueba. Ojo.
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Hablemos con él sobre este vino que no debería estar embotellado, que no es ni siquiera vino. Toma guantazo.
Master Fabricio, I am very disappointed.
But, Your Grace, I...
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sorial. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
¿A quién le vendiste el vino? ¿De verdad pensabas que nadie se daría cuenta? Vamos a ir con pies de plomo.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sorial. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name.
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Cintrian aristocrat at court.
¿Cómo le entregaste el vino?
Wine itself. How'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men. The kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
Bien, ya basta. Vamos a aprovechar entonces esa entrega para intentar cazar a ese
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
intermediario.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabricio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Cintrian Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
Perfecto, podemos empezar.
See no reason to wait. Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
Tus sentidos del brujo. Son bastantes bandidos. Ostras, ¿cuántos vienen?
Ah, our favorite vintner.
Estos van a ser rudos, cuidado. Son bastantes.
It's not him.
Bien, bien, bien. Los soldados hacen su labor. Vale, cuidado, vamos a ver. Son muchos. Primero escudo. Wow, he llegado justo a tiempo. Me venía uno como alma que lleva el diablo. Wow. Incluso con escudo me han reventado de 2 golpes. Vamos, el bandido fuera. Vamos a intentar fijar alguno. No suelo fijar mucho, pero creo que me va a venir mejor. Escudo. Ahora sí. ¡Ah, tío! Más para atrás. Aquí estoy, quedándome encerrado. Me piro. Wow, 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 wow. Quitan bastante vida. Vale, ahora lo tenemos fijado al tío. Sin fijar. Ah, este, que parece que era el líder. Uno que cae, ¿no? Aprovechamos para... Vale, uno menos. Cuidado con este. Vale, otro menos. Ahí cercenándole la pierna. Vamos a intentar ir a por los arqueros también. Creo que me ha quitado bastante vida. Mierda, me acabo de dar cuenta que no tengo golondrinas suficientes. He vuelto a no descansar. Oh, fijaros. Vamos a por él. Me está atacando desde lejos con las flechas. ¡Oh! Sí, señor. Vamos, queda uno. Vale. Limpio.
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
No tenías motivos para confiar en mí. Hemos hecho lo que veníamos a hacer. Eso es lo que importa.
Don't need to like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it. Let us go to her grace. She awaits
Igual
nearby.
hubiese sido mejor la primera opción para intentar... Me imagino que habría venido.
Not at all surprised. Expected she'd want to oversee this personally.
The master's eye fattens the calf. You're beginning to understand that, I see. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions. Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Vaya castañazo.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call him...
Wait. He doesn't wish to speak. He needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Bien, gran idea. Solo uso este tipo de cebos como último recurso.
Usually only take measures like that as a last resort, but in this case, think I can make an exception.
Do as you deem fit. He is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No, don't let him! I'll talk!
Qué fácil ha sido,
Who
¿no?
hired you?
He'll kill me!
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Centurion. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered a man for this caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Centurion. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Parece
Take
real.
him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Centurion. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Venga, hemos llegado al nivel 42. Tendremos ya disponible, por tanto, la espada que encontramos en capítulos
He's late.
anteriores.
Relax, he'll come.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Centurion does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Cuéntanos qué has averiguado. No sería la primera vez, las dos cosas. Vamos a empezar con cuéntanos qué.
Don't care. Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Centurion accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Centurion's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, very.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Centurion gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Hay que echarle el guante a Centuriano. Bueno, vamos a investigar primero a ver qué es la Mandrágora. Supongo que será un
The
local o algo.
Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Bien, pues tendremos que echar el guante a ese Centuriano.
Gotta nab the Centurion. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Centurion truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire.
Ya estamos.
Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
A ver... Aquí tendremos el hombre de Cintra. Reúnete con Ana Henrietta. Y aquí tenemos opcional, ponte un atuendo. Vale, vamos a ir entonces al opcional para intentar conseguir el máximo de puntos de experiencia posibles. Tenemos aquí altercado. Wow, wow, wow. Aquí. Venga. Vamos a llenar el escudo, que ahora lo acabamos de incrementar su poder. Venga, ataca. Que está sangrando, tío. Bueno, ya te doy yo. Menos. Y otro menos. Ahora nos faltan el tío de la alabarda. Fuera. Venga, guárdate ahí.
Look like locals. Kenyon's right. I'm a hunted man.
Bien, aquí llega. Ay, no me he puesto la máscara. Mierda.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... Just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
No,
All who
mierda, quería
attend the
ponérmela yo.
Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Vamos dentro. Quería haberme puesto la
Let's
del...
go. Soiree
la del lobo.
started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
Vale, llegamos a la fiesta. ¿Todos llevan la misma máscara o qué
How
pasa?
do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Bueno, vamos a ver qué encontramos entonces por aquí. Cuidado.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty, heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Vale, tenemos entonces un rastro del aroma del perfume que parece que le han regalado a Cecilia. Y nos va a permitir seguir su rastro. Parece que va detrás de aquella cortina.
Exception true.
¿No?
Would I ever love to meet him? It's a shame he didn't come.
Need I remind you that neither did he? No, tío.
That
No
must be
puede ser.
Cecilia.
Se me ha
No
cargado.
pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Vamos a buscar pistas entonces aquí.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
Sí, aquí tenemos la mancha de la mano, pero antes quiero ver si por aquí tenemos algo. Esa es la salida. Bien, y aquí en este cofre seguramente hay algo. Bueno, es dinerito, pero dinerito fresco al que no hay que rechazar. Vamos a intentar entonces ahora aquí con esta pista que tenemos de la mano.
Bloody handprint. It's his.
Vale.
Tore down the door. Made a platform.
¿Veis? Fijaros,
Clever.
justo por la puerta
Must
de
be
al lado, la
pretty
que está
strong,
cerrada.
too. Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
Registrar la habitación y averiguar qué ha ocurrido. Ojo que ahí hay sangre. Estoy seguro que estoy a punto de llegar al peso máximo.
Bloodstains.
¿Qué más tenemos aquí?
Links at a snap chain. Jewel must have been on it.
Oh, y aquí la joya. Joya de gran valor.
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
Wow.
Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it?
O eso. ¿Qué hay?
Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
Ahora miraremos por la ventana, porque antes tenemos aquí tinta y aquí esto.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for.
No hay más, ¿verdad? Sí, 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 hay más, hay más. Cuchillo de caza ornamentado.
Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably.
¡Ojo!
Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
¿Alguien ha llegado?
So,
que todavía me
this
echan la
is the
culpa.
tracker. A witcher,
Vemos
yes?
que no.
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He...
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
Atacarlo fue muy imprudente. Creo que se lo buscaba el ladrón.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
¿Qué tiene esta joya que parece tan importante?
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine, ¿qué es eso?
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Vale, tengo que investigarlo, comprobar qué se cuece allí.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Parece que hay algún problema. El dibujo me resulta familiar.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
¿Crees que está
Think
involucrada?
your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape or form. You must make sure of that.
No prometo nada.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Erden,
grande.
an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Completamente cierto.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both
tensión.
aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. What might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Eso no es excusa como los humanos.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith. An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlef here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlef believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Sé dónde están los chantajistas. De que conoces a Oriana. Sé dónde se esconden los chantajistas.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Dettlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Dettlaff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Dettlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
Vale, pues alcanzamos el nivel 43, ya nos hemos vuelto a equipar la armadura que ya llevamos hasta el momento. Tenemos que investigar si la armadura que hemos conseguido hasta el momento en esta expansión nos es de agrado y nos mejora lo que ya tenemos equipado. Pero hasta aquí va a llegar el capítulo de hoy, donde poco a poco vamos viendo, se va abriendo camino la historia y vamos descubriendo qué es lo que tenemos que realizar. Ahora tendremos que ir a salvar no a una, sino a 2 personas del castillo donde tenemos que atacar. Espero que hayáis disfrutado, si es así, acordaos del like, el dedito para arriba y nos vemos en la siguiente. Un saludo y hasta pronto.